Hi everybody, it's Eddie here at Eddie Makes Art. Having a little cough drop. Still working on that flu business. And I was gonna have a little play, and I said, let me turn the camera on because I think you guys might enjoy this. So I pulled out my Hippie Crafter acrylic paints, which they're good paints. They're acrylic, but they are not like, you know, the golden paints or the Liquitex. They say professional, but they're more student focused, I believe. These are great craft paints. I've used these on the gel plate. They're great on the gel plate. But you know, they are what they are, and they're great. And for this purpose today, they're gonna be perfect. I'm going to create some ATCs using these 2 gel prints from my last video. And I thought they'd make great backgrounds. And basically what I want to do is I'm going to use these ATC stencils I have from PM Artist Studio just to stencil on the design with some paints. And I've got some little sponges here, little makeup sponges that I'll use. And then I've got all the colors that come in this box. This is a 20 piece box of paints. It comes from everything from titanium white to raw umber, obviously black, there's viridian, there's rose, there's this really intense violet color. All great colors, really fun. So we can mix and match and play around and work on some ATCs. Now, usually on these, the ATCs are 2.5 wide by 3.5 long. So 2.5 by 3.5. I usually have a little template. Let me see if I can find it. 2 seconds. It may have gone AWOL on me. I have like a whole thing of ATCs, unfinished ATCs here. I know, I'm making more, but I have unfinished, but you know. 'Tis what it is, what you gonna do. Anyway, I basically cut out a frame, and I got this idea from Carrie the Crafter. Hi, Carrie. Happy birthday. He just celebrated a birthday. I think he's 21. So he's probably, you know, still out drinking. Just kidding. Just teasing, Carrie. Love ya. Anyway, it's a little frame, basically, that is in the size, the opening is the size of the stencil, or the ATC, 2.5 by 3.5 inches. So let me see. I think this one is, yes, 2.5. They're at 3.5, I'm sorry, by 2.5. So this is the size that the ATC will be. So let's see how many I can get on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 8. So, because if we say 2.5 times 4, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. And then this is 11. So we should have plenty of room to create 8 separate designs on here, or 8, you know, painted designs. So let's go for it and let's see how we get on. So again, the measurements for the ATC, if you've never done one before, an artist trading card, they are 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Okay. And PM Artist Studio, they do have several ATC size stencils. Some of these are IMPPs, meaning they were not cut properly when they came off the machine, which are these 2, but they're still usable for me. Obviously, when you purchase them, you're not going to get those. So you have, these are the ones that you would get in a set. And these are all ATC size. So if you measure it from the end of the design to the other end of the design, you go 2.5 by 3.5. So this design falls within that scope. So I've got 5, 4, 7 here. These are extras. I'm just going to set those to the side. And let's just start painting. Let's start with this orange one. I think this was the transparent red iron oxide. that we used on here, this one. Let's see. Let's start with flowers. And flowers, that side doesn't matter because it's going to be all, it'll be cut down a size, but let's see here. So we'll do some flowers against that. We have our yellows, but maybe we do a nice, what if we did blue? We'll take some cobalt here. These are kind of thick too, so I keep that in mind. A link to the paints are in the description box to the video and all of their artist products. Let's see, so we got a little cobalt here. And maybe something a little bit darker to go with it. Maybe a little bit of ultramarine on the side here. Just to mix it up. All right, I'm using these little foam makeup sponges. This one I didn't soak after I used it, so it's stiff. I mean, I can use it for like mark making, but for stenciling, I'm gonna stick with this here. First, I'm gonna mix up the two colors and make something a little lighter. And then I hold your stencil steady as possible and pop, 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 pop. There you go. Bob's your uncle. And let's see, we'll get maybe some darker in the center. Lighter. Pick up some dark and just to make it interesting and not just one flat color maybe. I think that's good, yeah. Just be very careful. Okay. Here we go. And that's that. I can certainly come back, add other stuff if I wanted to, but this is our first layer. I think it looks pretty good. Got a little variegating in color, which is nice. Maybe what if we do another one here, but change up the coloring a little bit. Let's add some of this rose color. Rose, or no, I'm gonna do a little bit of this pale green. Throw some pale green in there. And what I'm using here is my palette, is just my silicone matte. Cleans up very easily, not an issue. I got a little thing of water here to dip my sponge in so it doesn't dry out. Another tip from Mr. Carey. And then you squeeze them out, and then they're good for another several uses. So here, let's do the dark blue in the middle. This is the ultramarine. Okay. And then the other side, we'll do some of this green, maybe a little bit of this blue. These are fun. Sometimes I do this with the texture paste, different colors, like the stencil butter. But play around. Sometimes I like to play around, and they're easier to mail in an envelope if you're trading ATCs with somebody. All right, I've got a green set, very nice. Gonna put this sponge into the water. That's good for now. Yeah, you see how it cleans up rather well, rather quickly and easily. And so I'm just gonna leave that in there, let the rest of that soak off. Yeah, paper towel here. So, what's next? I really should have started from here because I'm left-handed. So I'm gonna end up doing that. So I'm just gonna flip my paper over. All right, so I'm gonna set you to the side here. How about some of these moons? These are like little moon shapes, half circles. This one's, this one's more dry, so I'll start here. And what color would we like to use on this one? I like this color that they have. It's called Champagne. Let's try some of that. A little champagne. Come on, there we go. We have some champagne. What would go nicely with the champagne? I'm just gonna put a little white, squeeze out a little white paint on here. Just mix it up a little bit. Again, holding as steady as possible and not overloading your little pouncer, your little foam here. Just, maybe I'm gonna be a little bit more random. Unfortunately, they don't have a metallic in the crew, but that doesn't mean I can use another brand. Oh, see, this is what happens when you're left-handed and you go the wrong way. I'm just gonna take a little bit of water on a sponge. Get some of that paint off. There we go, easy peasy. I was gonna do something else. What else was I gonna do? If we paint everywhere. Get some of this here, burnt umber. Come on. There we go. Also chilly in here, so the paint's not moving too freely as normal. Get some of this in here, just mix it up. Obviously go over an area again if you want to intensify the color or Oh, boo-hoo. Not a problem. It's not a problem. That's good. I like that. See, everything's a little bit different. Doesn't look like exactly the same thing. So maybe up here I'll do the same thing and just move it over a little bit more, so I'm not bumping into all that. And again, we'll come in with some of this lovely champagne color. And again, these are from Hippie Crafter Paints. There's a link in the description box to this video to the Hippie Crafter site where you can get their products. And I believe there's a discount still going on there too for your first purchase. Go through, fill that in. Nice. And a little darker than this one. I like that. Okay, go to the side here. Let's see, now what's the next one we want to work on? Well, my first instinct is, oh, go straight to black, but I don't want to do straight black. But I can mix up some of this. Mix up some of this rose with some of this blue over here. Let's see if we can use up some of this blue paint. And oops, little palette knife here. Just mix all that up, whatever's not dried. There we go. It's a nice purple color. I'm gonna use the end, see how that works, the end of the sponge. That works better. Oh, it does. Now another thing you can do is you can come back, once everything is dry, once that layer is dry, place the stencil back over the design, and then add another, you know, some more color. Maybe even add something shiny, maybe a metallic. Pick up the rest of this. Fill in some of these little open areas, and if this would stop moving, that would be great. You can tape these down. I just find it cumbersome when they're this small and I'm going, you know, it doesn't take much time to get this done. But if you so desire, I mean, that came out pretty good. And not as purpley as you would think, but it's really nice. Nice shade of blue. Let's see. And then maybe this here. Go ahead, add some more of that rose. We'll rose it up. Some of that brown there. Oops, got some green in there, so I went a little more brown, but I think that'll work just fine with what's going on with the background color. All right, so hold as steady as I can. That's another great thing I always talk about in my videos, especially lately, is playing with your paints. Mix them up. See what colors you got. You may surprise yourself. You may not like it, but you get to know how your paints work, especially the different brands. And it's because you've seen that I don't use the same brand exclusively. I use what I can get my hands on, what's affordable, what I like, you know, the first colors. Well, that's cool. Let me hold it up to the technology so you can see a little bit better. Got a little bit of the different colors in there, but it works really well with the orangey background. That was cool. All right, let's, maybe we'll work this way, because I don't want to get my paper up on there. Pull this up. And we'll do another design. Oh, here they are. Now let's do this one here. I believe this is something orbital, the name. I don't have the specific names in front of me, but if you look up ATCs in the search bar of the PMR Studio website, all the ATC size stencils will pop up. And there's a nice selection. There's like seasonal ones, there's abstract one like these, there's geometric, you know, all kinds of cool stuff. So definitely check those out. They're great if you don't, you know, you don't work off a huge gel plate, or if you do more card making or you know, smaller things. These are great to have. You can just use, you know, little bits of it on larger pieces if you wish. So for this guy here, I want to bring out my yellows. Here, let's put some yellow over here. There, that's how you open it, Eddie. Yeah. Some of these are a lot thicker than others, so I'm just going to open it. And it's been a while since I used this particular one, I guess. That's a nice dry piece there. Oops, oops, don't want that. Knock some out on there. Oh, it's very thick. Now, if you do have a paint that's really thick like that, but it's obviously still usable, it's not chunky, it's just a little thicker, you can use an acrylic gel medium to thin it out. You can use also what's called an acrylic retarder, which means it will loosen up the paint a little bit, but it will also extend the amount of time you have to work with it. So for example, like this is an open paint. So if you add the retarder to your regular paint, it makes it more open, which is great. Maybe we'll do some little green and yellow here, but first we'll start with the yellow. Another fun way to use these is to make texture plates. I was gonna make some texture plates today. That's why I initially pulled these out, but I don't have enough texture paste. So until I get more texture paste, I'm not going to make them, because then what's the point, right? So soon I will get some more, and then hopefully I can get a nice fun video put together of some new texture plates. I do have another video about how I make my texture plates with texture paste and cardboard and my stencils. Easy peasy. Now this one could use definitely a second layer. So maybe I'll do this again, and then I'm gonna let this dry, and we'll get some, we will get those dry, and then maybe add another layer of maybe something shiny, or just maybe something different on top. I mean, it looks already, I like how when you mix it up, it looks better than just the straight color, I think. But that's just me. All right, let's kind of reverse this. Do more green and yellow. Maybe some of this blue here. Not enough blue there. Let's get what we have left. All right, not too bad. That one got a little mussed up because it lifted, but I'm not worried about it. So I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna do a quick little cleanup over here and then get started on the green sheet, which I put somewhere. All right, I found the green one. It was literally next to me, but oh, what you gonna do? So let me try and roll this out a little better. Flatten it out a little more. There we go. And I think I need a drink. All right, so this one we haven't used yet. Kind of like an urban graffiti style. So maybe with this one, we're gonna go with this violet. I like this violet, it's very nice. There. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Just some relaxing, little arty fun here today. Nothing serious. Just a little paint, just some paper. And I'm gonna try and get it as dark as I can without making it goopy, you know? Like right there is a little goopy. And this violet is gonna look really good against this super chartreusey green in the background. like it, I'm gonna do it twice. I like it, I'm gonna do it twice. Some of it went under, but that's because the, you know, the stencil pops up, but that's more my management of the whole, you know, holding it down. Because I want you to see what I'm doing. So let me see if I could get this one a little bit more, a little bit less sticky uppy. Make sure I'm in frame. Yeah, I think I am. Doing a little better with this one. Here we go. And now these are not on the backing that I would prefer. So once I get these painted, I will put them on something a little stiffer and then cut them out. So we'll do that later. Oh, look at that. Even sharper, very nice. Okay, so that's two of those. And then we have the moons. These are the other ones. This is the other moon phase one. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. That's what I call it. I'm sorry. You know. Get enough space between these so they're not overlapping. Now for color, what can we use here? I've got my purple out. Got our blues, our emerald. This is a nice color. I'm gonna go ahead and go with some orange. This is orange yellow. Now, let me clean up some of this purple paint here before I get it everywhere. I seem to have dragged it. And I don't want to mix the orange with it because that's gonna make, what? Yuck. It doesn't make the best color unless that's the color you're looking for. So I'm just gonna try and keep them separate. Maybe scooch this up a little bit. All right, so let's do some orange here. And let's mix it up though too. We'll add some this mid yellow. Come on, there we go. And for this purpose, I don't mind them being a little thicker than normal. Just works a little better for me. Okay, put the lovely orange. I'm just gonna tap the yellow and mix it in like that. No, don't move. Voila! It got under, but that's okay. I love how that goes together. The green and the orange yellow mix are. Maybe on this one we'll do more yellow. This one down here. There we go. That's good spots. Bang on. Very good. I'm gonna keep going. Got our windows here, or whatever these are called. And maybe for this one, I'll do maybe something bold. Should we go bold on this one? Or let's do some white, purple, make a little lighter purple. Need a lavender, orchidish color. Get some of that off of there. Let's start in the center. You're not moving. Stop it. There we go. You gotta talk to your stuff here, you know. Let it know who's boss. Oh, I love it. This side got a little off for me, but other than that, I love it. Just gonna repeat that right down here. Right down here. Darker bits in there. Okay. Very nice, very nice. That can go in the water. Just to get my hands a little less painty here. And for our last one, what if this will go in the water? Get with some blues here. I'm gonna get the phthalo blue out, mix it in here, put a little bit there. Oh, way too much. Where's my spatula? Pick up some of this paint here. I don't need all of that. I think I made a bigger mess. No worries. How about that? I like that. Okay. And is there a design we haven't used? Let's do some flowers. We didn't do flowers on this one yet. I think we're gonna go this way. We've got our blue mix here. These flowers are cool, and they're great for also the texture paste, just on the stencil, or on the gel plate rather. But also, they'll be very easy to come back in and add some nice shiny detail in the middle if we want. All right, maybe this one. Go a little some of this yellow here. Come on. That yellow is dry. Get a little of this lighter purple if we can. Here. Voila. Very nice. All right, let's let that one dry. This other one should be dry. I'm gonna work from right to left because these are the first ones and these are dry. And we need a little sparkle going on here. The stencil design. Let's get some of this peacock out for this top one. Put it there. I just hit it in the center and then maybe some of the petals. Nice. As you can see, it's subtle, but it's very nice. Now we can do the same down here. Yep. A little bit more on this one. It was kind of flat. Get a little bit of shine on there. Beautiful. Okay. Looking good. And then for these are on the floor. That's what they are. And that's this one here. And this one, do some of this gold. This is deep gold. And this is an acrylic gouache. And it has ingredients I can't read to you because they are in Japanese. I believe there's Japanese, but it's an opaque matte and water-resistant acrylic paint. It's an acrylic polymer emulsion. Clean with soap and water. So basically, it's an acrylic, but it's got a more of a matte finish in a way. But these are metallic, so it gives out a nice shine. Let's see if we can use this here. And again, just kind of bouncing it around to get it in certain spots. Nice. And obviously, once this is dry, it'll be a lot easier to see. Nice. Let's see if you can hold out so you can see. A little bit here, a little bit there. Perfect. And for this next one here. Shall we do some of this? Let's do the peacock again on this one. Nice. got some orange on there. Poo-poo, that's okay. Just a little bit. You go in the water. I like that. That turned out very nice. So I'm just gonna put whatever orange is on here off. Now these stencils are made from the same material as the large stencils I use. So they're made from Yupo, and it's a polypropylene product, which is a plastic. And I have a great video on how to clean your stencils. Check that out. And do that. You clean them you clean these the same way you would clean those stencils. Put them in a little bath of Murphy's oil and water. Let them soak, and the paint just comes right off. And for this one, I'm going to pull out the gold again. I'm one-handed. Getting good at this. All right, well, that'll close later. This is much more high contrast, but I think it works really well. Very nice. And then the next one is this little orbital thing going on here. Let's see, I'm going to turn this just because I think it's going to be easier for this. And then for the green, what do I have? I have my color shift. Actually, I have this. This is the Festive Green in the Folk Art Metallic. Oops. There we go. And let's get a little on this end. And this is thinner and looser than some of my other paints. So this is going to act more like a glaze on here, probably. So we'll see. Again, I'm going to do just little sections here and there. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's nice. That turned out a treat, that is for sure. And I think in this one, I'm just gonna go with some of the gold, mixed in with some of this green here. Very nice. All right, I'm gonna do the same to the other one, same process, just maybe a different color, but, and then I'll show you how I cut these up. Okay, all cut up, next step. So the next step I did was I took some cardstock, some colored cardstock, and it's not too thick. It's a little bit thicker than this, which is great. So once they're together, it'll be a perfect thickness. So I cut out a bunch in different bright colors that I thought would work well with what was going on here. Plus, it's all I had. So there you go. So I've got some extras here. See, I cut these to 2.5 by 3.5. So then, because what happens is sometimes I don't want it so straight and, you know, perfectly cut. So then I will take the gel print painting and then put it on top, apply it and, you know, make it fit, basically make it smaller, tear it a little bit, maybe not put the entire design, whatever. And then another thing is your glue. Use a permanent glue stick. That's probably works best for me. You can use like a gel medium, or you can use even a like a white glue. That works great too. And then for the back, to identify yourself and identify your work to the recipient, I have these stamps. These are from Becky Bokern, and these are from PM Artist Studio. Now this one has name, date, and info. So I'm gonna, and they fit perfectly on the back of an ATC. So let me juice this one up so I can show you what it looks like. And so you could stamp this one here. And yes, Becky specifically designed these for ATCs. So you have your name, date, info, and then this is a smaller one that has the same thing, but it says artist, date, info instead of name, which is artist. So you can use this little one as well. Maybe we could do the lower corner and then save this for something else. You can do it right in the center, up top, whatever you want, but these are great to have in your stamp collection. Makes things a lot easier. No extra paper, just stamp it off, and there you go. That's gonna be the last thing we do though. Before that, we'll do, you know, round the edges. If we want to round the edges, we'll see, play around with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'll talk you through a couple of them, and then I'll speed up the video and you can watch me make the rest. Okay, so here, let's start with this one. This was an interesting one because the design, when I laid it out, I didn't give it enough space around the sides to give me enough of the gel print on either side, but that's fine. We can work with that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tear this, and I'm gonna tear it towards me so I see the white. And I'm not worrying too much about one of the edges. So what I want to do, and see, it's not going to fit entirely, but I think I want to center it. So I'm just going to come this way, cut a little bit more off here, and then let's see how much left. Maybe this much. Cut that all around. Or rather tear it, and then I can just center it right there. But I want to get some ink on there. I have some colored inks. Let's see. That'll work good on that. It doesn't have to be ink. It can be your, what do you call those things? Acrylic marker, if you want to use an acrylic marker. Let's try this blue here. This is just a Ranger archival ink, put it in the blue. You can go around, get any of the white edges. I'm not going to attempt to tear the sides because there's not much to tear, and I don't want to make the design smaller than it is. And that was more my part on the not measuring very well, but yeah, whatever. You make it work, right? So that's that one. And then, like I said, we just want to come in with some of this glue. I'm using the Scotch 3M permanent glue stick today, or just Scotch permanent glue stick by 3M. Just maybe change the label or something. But I got them on sale. I only get these when they're on sale, and there was a good deal on, I believe, 4. So I picked up some of them. But it's nice. It's a really good glue. It's just, it can be expensive, and I don't use the glue stick as often as I used to, so I don't buy it as much as I used to. And then line it up as best you can. All right, there you go. Now this one, I'm not gonna do any of the edges. I'm gonna leave the edges as they are. I think it works well. And then let's get my stamp. The large one. Get something a little foamy there. And I'm trying not to press as hard when you press too hard on these, that's when you get this like shadowy stuff on the sides. And I'm okay with that. That's not a problem, but you know, if you don't push as hard, you'll be fine. So put this right at the top here. Give it a few seconds. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, once that dries, I'll fill in my info, and there you go. So I'm gonna do the rest of these, and I'm gonna say thank you for watching, subscribe, like, do all that great YouTube business. And at the end of the video, I'll show you the finished product.